Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel. I actually had a request to go into depth on how I get this kind of like fun corally eyeshadow look. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this with some liquid shadows, keep watching. Okay guys, so all I've done so far is a foundation. Well, I've done primer, foundation, and eyebrows. Oh, and I have a little lip plumper on because my lips are super dry, and the Hottie lip plumper, not only does it plump your lips, but it helps put collagen restoration in there and like get you all juicy and back to life. So I've got some of that on. Feels super good. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go in. So I've got these two liquid eyeshadows. These are by far like one of my favorite combos. This is what I do when I'm doing a little bit more of a dramatic eye. So I've got Exalted, which is this coral one, and Businesslike, which is a little more pink. So I'm gonna use Businesslike all over the lid. And these come with a doe foot applicator, guys. So they look like this. So they're super easy for application. You do not need an eye primer unless you just want one, because once these dry down, you can see I've got a little creasing from my foundation there. But once these dry down, they don't budge, they don't move, they're highly pigmented, but they're also super easy to work with. So now I'm gonna take, this is just a blending brush, and I'm gonna kind of smooth it out just to get a good smooth surface. And I'm a little bit messy with these because the thing is these blend so easily. Sometimes you can blend so far, and that's the reason I haven't done concealer yet. So right now we're just getting it on. We're not worrying about where it goes. We're not worrying about keeping it off our cheek. We are just getting it on there and smoothing it out because I'm going to show you how to clean it up. That's the only thing with these liquid shadows. I do my concealer after because I inevitably have to clean them up, but the finished product is so good, like I don't even care. Don't even care. All right, so then I'm going to go in with this Exalted color in a fluffy crease brush. This just has that Exalted color on it from yesterday, so you guys can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, the doe foot applicator again, and I'm gonna put it in my crease. Now I have hooded eyes, so I'm gonna do this with my eye open so that I can see where my crease is. If I put it in my actual crease, which is lower, you wouldn't be able to see it with my eyes open. So when you have hooded eyes, you wanna make kind of a new crease, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna make sure we can see it, but I'm also gonna start bringing it down. These dry really quickly, so you may want to do just like one eye at a time. Then I'm going to switch to the blending brush because it has no product on it and just kind of smooth that out. And it's okay if you cover up some of that first color, you can always go back in. That's another reason I love the liquid shadows. They're kind of foolproof because they're so pigmented and such good coverage. If you blend too much, you can just pop some more on top, even if it's a lighter color. When you're working with pressed shadows or powder pigments, sorry, I lost my train of thought. You can't always do that. Sometimes the lighter's not gonna cover up the dark, but in this case, with these liquid shadows, they're so pigmented and the coverage is so good that it definitely will. So I'm just blending this side. Just like that. And like I said, I'm not too worried about how far down I go on the edge. You can see that's like way too low because we're gonna clean it up. The point is to get it on there and smooth it out. Just like that. I love this look for like spring or a night out. If you've got light eyes, like blue or green eyes, it's really gonna make them pop. Can you like see how much my eyes are popping right now? It's fabulous. And these are really fast too, you guys. All right, so we've got that on. Now, I'm gonna go back in with that first color, the Businesslike, just to make sure that we've still got that color kind of prominent on the inner corner, just like that. On the first half of my lid here. You can either pat it in with your finger or just go back in with that blending brush. The blending brush is like your best friend for this, honestly. Now, I'm gonna go underneath my eye and use a liner. So, depending on what you wanted, you could go back in with that same Exalted color, but to show you like a little bit more of like a pigmented look that I love, I'm gonna go in with Egotistical. This is optional. You could use the same color that you've got in your crease. But I'm gonna go in and line my bottom eyelash line, I can't think of it, with this, and I'm just gonna show you guys. So I'm gonna scrape off excess. I don't want too much. And I'm gonna go right in here, just like that. And I'm gonna let that dry just a second. Then I'm gonna smudge that out with this eyeliner brush that I've got. And you could use that same crease color if you only wanted 2 colors. I just really like this color. And I'm just smoothing it out here and also pulling it up. So I'm continuing that line up. Can you see that? If you guys can hear the train, I'm sorry. I live in a place where we have a lot of trains. Choo-choo. So I'm just pulling that up like that. Can you see? That just kind of connects everything. If I've got a little left over, sometimes I'll smudge it on my top line just to get that liner. Like, can you see how much my eyes are popping? It's freaking crazy. Love it. And the thing about this like color scheme is even if you don't have light eyes, maybe you have dark skin, it's still gonna really pop on you and it's gonna be beautiful. So you see that? All right, now we need to clean it up. So I'm gonna show you how to clean it up really quick. I'm gonna get my blending bud wet because we're gonna need it for this next step, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've washed. Every time I use this, I wash it. This thing can grow so much bacteria because when you're using it, you wanna be using it wet. It's gonna give you the best finish. So what I do is I go in the bathroom, I use soap on it, I soap it, I squeeze it, I get it really wet, get all the soap out. Then I take, this is just like a towel, I used to wipe makeup brushes on, but I take a towel and I squeeze it to get all the excess water out, and then it's ready to use, and it's gonna be really plump. But you wanna wash it every time because where it stays wet a lot of the time, it's a really great place for bacteria to grow, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna go in now with my Lancome color corrector in yellow, just like right around here, just to make sure we don't have any dark circles pop out. This is totally optional, but the thing I am most self-conscious about on my entire face is my under eyes. I got puffy under eyes. They're not too bad right now, but usually they're super puffy and pretty dark. So I always just take a little extra precaution. If you don't have dark circles, you do not need to worry about the yellow color corrector. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on, just like that. Sorry, I keep looking to the side. I've got a mirror over there. All right, then I'm gonna take this Scarlet Concealer by Unique, and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. And we're gonna blend and cover here, okay? And get it out. All right, it's almost empty. I really need to order another one. I like going in, can you see how little I used? I like going in with a shade or 2 lighter than my foundation. I've got Organza foundation on and the liquid foundation today. This is Scarlet, it's 1 shade lighter, and I'm gonna use a cream shadow brush to do this. So I'm just kind of patting it in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. So what I'm gonna do is make that triangle that I do every time. When you do a triangle, can you see what I'm doing? I'll explain more in depth on the other side. But when you make a triangle, you are basically giving your under eyes a cup of coffee. You're gonna brighten them, you're gonna make them look more awake, you're gonna lift your face. It's kind of like that first cup of coffee. It's just gonna like bring everything together. Now, see how I cleaned up my eyeshadow. So what I did is I followed under my eye and then I continued that line up toward my eyebrow, okay? Do the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna do a triangle. Where my eyes are puffy, I keep it close to my nose because it's gonna help minimize bags and puffiness, the appearance. Just like that, you see? Okay, then I've got some left. I always have some left, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up around my brows and do a little highlight down my nose, just to skinny out the nose. I like this cream shadow brush because you can really get into your brows with the angle of this brush without messing up the work that you've done. I'm gonna pop a little bit right under my eyebrow as a highlight. That's just going to bring the attention to your eyes and like Sculpt out your eyebrow a little bit. Just like that, see? Then if you went a little crazy with the liquid shadow, it came up too far, not a big deal. Got some left in the back of my hand, boom, we highlighted our chin. Waste not, want not. And these products go like so far. I think I reorder a concealer once a year. I'm not even kidding. And these eyeshadows, I've never reordered. It's insane. I don't think I've ever reordered any of our eyeshadows. The only thing from Unique I've ever had to reorder is obviously foundation and skincare and mascara and some lip products, but only like once, and I've been using them forever. All right, so I'm just patting that out and blending. Do you see how pretty a finish that is? Can you see that? I'm gonna blend right here, under the brow. And then we'll go back in with our fluffy crease brush and blend everything together, because now we've got kind of like a weird line here. But keep patting it out. So I think next time I might do a highlight and contour video for you guys. I feel like every time I pop off here and I'm like, I'm gonna finish my makeup, and I've highlighted and I've contoured. Like right now we're highlighting. This is what I do when I highlight. But I don't think I've ever shown you guys the contour process on YouTube. So I think I'll do that on the next video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. All right, so we're just blending, making sure we don't have any sharp lines. Ta-da, ta-da. All right, see how like that just cleaned everything up? Now I'm gonna go in with that blending brush again and just take it right through here, just to like soften it up. If you don't want such a sharp line, you can just kind of just soften it up. See? Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer before we move on with a little bit of the Behold Translucent setting powder. I'm messy. I have a little bit of dry skin under my eyes, so I'm gonna set it. Sometimes I use the wet blending bud, but today I'm feeling extra dry, and sometimes I can put too much powder on dry skin. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and use this big brush. I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna start sitting down here because I don't want cakey under eyes. And then what's left, you just close your eyes and pat it right on there. I'm gonna leave it for just a minute, and then we're gonna dust it off. If you have oily skin, obviously you can stand a little bit more powder, and you can leave it on a little bit longer and bake if you're someone who likes to bake their face. But if you have dry skin, don't ever bake. You're just gonna look in the mirror in like a little bit and be like, why are my under eyes so cakey and crepey and aged looking? Because it's gonna accentuate any wrinkles you got under there, okay? Make sure we're smooth. All right, now let's do our mascara, and then I'm gonna do the rest of my face. So I'm gonna go in with lash primer. I love lash primer. It works with any mascara you have, but what it does is it can, woo, I about dropped it, you guys. It conditions your lashes. It's got 3 different kind of waxes and vitamins in it. It's gonna condition your lashes. So it's like a little lash treatment to help them stay strong. It's going to go ahead and pre-lengthen them before you start with your mascara. So if you find that you're really caking on the mascara to get your length, this is gonna help a lot, because you're gonna get that little boost of length before you ever start. This particular brush is curved, so it's gonna help curl them. And then it's also white, so it's gonna help the mascara pop too. And if you're using a colored mascara, like if you're a blue mascara girl, it's gonna help that blue pop a lot. So I like to get it on. You can do your bottom lashes too, but I like to get it on a really good coat. And then I like to let it dry a few seconds before I do my mascara. So what I'm gonna do while that dries, whoops, is go ahead and do my contour, my blush, all that stuff, and then I'll come back. Be right back, guys. Okay, so I'm back. I've done the rest of my face. I did contour, blush, lip liner, and I'll put everything I used in a link in the description box below. That way you can see. But I went ahead and did all that. I'm gonna go in now with this mascara, black. just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and work it on. I almost really need to open up another mascara. This one's getting a little bit dry. All right, so I'm just gonna work a couple coats of this on to my eye, just to bring everything together, make those lashes pop, since they're all white and like snowy looking. Every time I do the white primer, I'm like, I feel like I'm in Narnia or something. It's like a snowstorm. And yes, I do the tops and bottoms of my lashes. That is my personal method, but I mean, it's optional. That's just the way I do it. But I like to make sure every bit of that white is covered, so. And this is just the Epic Mascara by Unique. It's not the Fiber Mascara. And you can see like I get really good length out of it with that primer. I don't even need, I could definitely handle the length with this eye look, but it's not like I need falsies or anything because I'm getting such good length. Sometimes when you do more of a bold eye, you definitely need really long lashes or really good length. I know if you do a smoky eye, you've got to do more with the mascara to make sure you can see it. Like it has to carry the look, if that makes sense. How pretty is this lip liner? It's just lip liner. I actually have, I don't know if you noticed earlier, I have a canker, like a cold sore. So I'm not wearing any lipstick products. I'm wearing lip liner because you can sharpen that and sharpen the germs off. So good tip if you guys get cold sores. So yeah, but here's the finished look, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set it with a little setting spray. I like setting spray. It kind of makes the colors pop, melts everything together and makes it like super cohesive. And that's the final look, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or you can contact me on my contact me link. I have it listed in my link tree below as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more makeup tips and tricks. I think I am gonna do the highlight and contour for my next video, so keep an eye peeled for that. But thank you guys. I'm all shiny from my setting spray. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.